Studio life, engineers, artists, and producers. Studio life, that sound that really moves us. Studio life, Mr. Big Left who talk to us about that, about that, about that, about that.
So, being a country boy from Florida, it don't sound like there's a lot of studios where you from. It don't sound like you had a DJ Kool Herc or Kid Capri or DJ Jazzy Jeff or the Bomb Squad or Puffy or any of those guys. So how did you develop yourself in the early days of you rapping? How did you perfect the Rick James sound?
I mean, it all started in school, rapping on the bus with my partner, my mentor, Said G, and we'd be right before class, we'd be in the hallway beating on the lockers, and it was a bunch of beatboxing, and that's something that's lost because there was nothing more fluid than when I would drop a beat and he would freestyle, or he would drop a beat and I would freestyle, and we just go back and forth like that. It created, it's a real good sound. That's all we had. And then when I finally discovered a studio, my buddy Shane Wallace took me up to Titan Studios with JB. And I had been rapping in for about 10, 15 years. But when I heard my voice over the wax, he was like, "You ain't never heard yourself like that before, have you?" And I was like, "Nah." And then once we got the recording back, we played it and played it and played it and played it out. And I was hooked from that point forward. But there was not a lot to go on down here. I remember The Strangers and Thug Pimp had come out. And that was groundbreaking for somebody from down here to actually get a little buzz. And yeah, I'm from that era.
The Strangers, Ocala's, that was One Lee's group, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, dog, yeah. One Lee was a good brother. Shout out to One Lee. Shout out to The Strangers. Rude. Rod. Jack Diamond, which people don't really realize that Jack Diamond was a stranger.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's talk about the future wave. I got a granddaughter that when she sees you, she says, "You not Rick." She said, "You not Rick James, you Mr. Peanut Butter."
Mr. Peanut Butter.
We live in a city of dreams, pretty women and fancy things. Trying to be gangsta-fied, trying to be gangsta-fied. So go out here in the streets, but it sure won't get to me. Trying to be gangsta-fied, trying to be gangsta-fied. From the
Cut the light up in here, man. Talk about this new music you got going on.
Yeah, no, shout out to Condition Red too.
Oh yeah.
That's really where it all began.
I want to shout out to my boy Tremaine. I call him Slutty. He used to dance for Condition Red.
we taking it back now.
Yeah.
I remember when Squirrel came out. Let me see you, Squirrel, and it was a dance to it. And I remember in pep rallies, the guys would come out and dance to it, and everybody knew the song, and just everybody, as loud as the music was, we were louder than the music, and the guys that were dancing to it, we were just hyping them up, and I was like, that's pretty cool. So out of all of the music that I've ever done, I never really had that dance sound. And even though I knew how important it was, and I heard a beat, and me having a deep voice and all, I try to usually take it up an octave. And my engineer was like, "No, just speak in your regular tone, and that rich tone that you have, it's a gift." And I did Peanut Butter and Jelly. Me and Said G came up with the chorus 20 years ago, maybe 25 years ago. And I was like, I wonder if I'll ever be able to put that on a beat. And when I heard the particular beat, I reached out to the engineer, I bought the beat, and I did the chorus to it, and the rest of the lyrics just fell into place. I called my engineer, I said, "Hey boss, I got a hit." My engineer, he's used to, prima donnas and other artists. He was like, "Nigga, you got a hit? All right, come over here and let me hear your hit." And when I did it for him, he stopped the music and he said, "What you want to do with this?" And I says, "It's catchy. I think we got something special here." And the kids, when they would hear it, you know, it's catchy. It's easy to remember. And when I come around, it's they read it back to me: peanut butter, jelly. And they try to get a little like me.
Definitely was catchy. When I heard it, I think you recorded that like pre-pandemic, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then the pandemic comes, so instead of like putting a push behind it, you held it back. It seems like you didn't really put a push behind it, but you held it back, and it still stood the test of time.
Yeah, even, you know, because there was so many unknowns with the traveling and the 6 feet distance and things like that. A lot of stuff got shut down, but like my boss said, you know, everything happens for a reason. Everything happens in its own time, and I think that this summer coming up is the time to premiere that Peanut Butter and Jelly by Rick James.
I want to send a shout out to Big Amp, the quarterback, for Let Me See You Squirrel and putting Florida on the map.
Oh yeah.
I think Florida, we remember that song mostly.
Yeah.
Way before it hit the movies. That was a Florida boy right there.
Yeah. That
Big Amp, the quarterback. Check him out. Another partner affiliated with Studio Lyphe. He'll be coming on soon.
Studio Lyphe, engineers, artists, and producers. Studio Lyphe, that sound that really moves us. Studio Lyphe, Mr. Big Left who talk to us about that. Mic check, level up at your peak. Cue the intro, pioneer, raise the beat. Task cam for the task, got hand for the MPC. Lights, camera, bars only. I'm a better stand at ease. The synthesize you. Name a level past Sir P. Mount Everest, Mount the PLP. This shit, all about production. Knew I was missing something. Action, capture your home, a backyard. Professional walk garage, but again, across seas. Studio Lyphe, mix the track and chat at Mr. Peak level. Studio Lyphe, engineers, artists, and producers. Studio Lyphe, that sound that really moves us. Studio Lyphe, Mr. Peak level, talk to us. Studio Lyphe, Studio Lyphe, engineers, artists, and producers. Studio Lyphe, that sound that really moves us. Studio Lyphe, Mr. Peak level, talk to us. Studio Lyphe.
This is a Peak Level production.